Bobby. Nice sunglasses.
I appreciate that, brother. Appreciate that.
Well, another fight week for you. I think we just saw you in November recently. So how has fight week been for you here in Texas?
I fucking love Texas. It's fucking awesome.
Speaking of your opponent, Nasrat, would you know much about him before his name came across your desk, before they offered him to you?
Yeah, I saw a couple of his fights, you know what I'm saying? I seen him around, catching the UFCs here and there, and, oh, who's that guy, Okay. Interesting how he moves, interesting how he does that. Okay, I peep him. Yeah, I seen him before.
In his last fight against Dan Hooker, he was in here saying he was just incredibly disappointed in his performance and wasn't really expecting Dan to shoot on him and this and that. He was expecting more of a war. Does facing an opponent like that is willing and very excited to just stand there and trade with you, does that excite you more before these fights?
Excite me? I guess. Because I'm the guy that tries to come out and fight, and I guess he wants to try to push the fight. Let's get it, That's kind of dope, But I really didn't, I looked at his last fight. I think his mother died, and so I was watching. I was there live, and I was like, man. And the crazy part, I was like, I want to fight that guy. But I put it in my head. I was like, I don't know if that's him. I think that he was going through something in that fight. I don't think that he fought his actual self. I think he's better than that, But I want to fight him, and I got exactly what I wanted.
Well, he said after that fight he wouldn't be surprised if you kind of took some cues from Dan Hooker and kind of shot on him and quote unquote hug him in the octagon.
I don't do no hugging. If I'm in there, I'm gonna be fucking cracking or slamming him on his head, And so, ain't no hugging around here. I don't waste people's time. People pay their hard money to come see me fight, and I put on shows.
We also asked him because during your fights, you're known to talk to your opponents in there, whether it's with good intention or bad intention. You do talk, and he said that's child's game. I don't worry about this and all that stuff. So what do you make of all that? He said, "Fight me with your hands, not your words." I think was his exact phrase.
I don't know if he'd been paying attention, but I ain't did too much talking for a minute. That was when I was just really first coming in and shit. I was a little more talkative. I let my hands do it because why I could read the comments, and a lot of my critics were saying, he talks too much. I'm like, all right, well, I just won't say nothing. I'm just going to handle business and start showing y'all what I do with my style and my skills. Every once in a while I'll say something, but I really don't say nothing. Fiziev started talking to me. So I was like, oh, okay. Oh, you want to talk? Let's talk, But anyway, real quick, which one of you motherfuckers, I can't figure out who it is. Last fight, New York. Who was in New York? Raise all y'all hands. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Anybody else? You went in New York? Who else in New York? Who's the guy? One of you guys said something about my little 50 G's comment. Who was it? Snitch on him right now. Who was the guy? Nah. 50 G comment. He said basically I was telling a little joke. And I basically I was in the background. I was in the back with Dana and them, and I tell them, hey, no, Dana didn't come back. It was Sean. And I go, the 50 G's. We've been giving 50 G's away for 25 years. Y'all haven't heard of inflation? You know what I'm saying? So he went and told Dana. And Dana was like, what? Well, he's getting the bonus. I'm like, where's that guy at today? I wanted to tell him, don't fuck my shit up. Don't get these white people mad at me. You know what I'm saying? I'm just a poor little black man trying to get mine. Don't fuck my shit up. And I didn't see him today. I want to find him. I want to make sure he was here today, but I guess he isn't. I was going to get his ass. Man, I'm going to get him when I see him.
Speaking of your last fight, that was your first knockout win in, I think, 8 years to the day, I think. And you said during that time a lot of people would bring up, he doesn't knock people out, he's not going for the kill. And I think your phrase was, I just fight the fight that's in front of me. Since you got that last knockout win, have you silenced some of the critics complaining about, the lack of knockouts?
Bro, I got to be honest with you. This shit, that shit for the birds, I got to the point where I'm too grown now. I stopped kind of paying attention so much. I do care about what my critics say because I do want to give you a good package, give you a good show and actually make sure that I'm entertaining and I am listening to what y'all say so that I can give you what you want. But at the same time, some of that shit for the birds. You just leave it, and it is what it is, and you just keep staying on your path, which is entertaining, inspiring, motivating. That's what I do.
Finally, you're at Ceremonial's last fight. You put on the Joker face paint and everything. Do you have anything planned for Ceremonials here?
And nah, bro, I got in trouble. I got emails like, hey, don't you do that shit again. you better clear that shit with us next time. So I was like, I just figured it was just a one-time. It was a one-time thing, you know what I mean? I'm a showman. Like, I planned on coming out in the diaper and some arrows and shooting out some arrows or roses at people and shit. I was going to be Cupid, you know? But you never know. You know, you get yourself in some trouble doing this shit, trying to be fucking cool. It is what it is.
Bobby over here. I thought it was pretty interesting that you said you kind of you made it you made a point to make sure not to talk as much in the cage. Do you feel like with this streak that you're on, having won 4 out of 6, that like maybe that has something to do with it? Like, do you think you're more focused when you don't chatter in there?
I think that a lot of people are getting distracted by it, you know, especially the judges. I heard the judges didn't like my style. Like it comes off very cocky to some people, you know, because my hands are down. I'm a gangster. This is how we fight. In your face, it's hard, and it's a little hard to take from some people. You know what I mean? It's hard for some people to be like, geez, that's how he is. Well, I bring it to you raw. It's just a raw, personal, just in your face style, you know? And so it just kind of like, I just shut the fuck up, like, and let me just do this shit just to stop fucking with the judges, because they don't like that shit. They're like, fuck that guy, you know?
And the other thing you mentioned, putting your hands down, I think, every opponent that we talk to, everybody's saying, Bobby Green, he kind of fights with his hands down. Does that throw you off? Do you think that there's more to that than people see? Like, it's not just style points. Do you think the punches sometimes when you throw them from down there come at weird angles, like that it's to your benefit?
That's what I hear the commentators say, you know? I leave that all up to them, really. I guess it is what it is. For me, more so, it's just me just being unique. There's no guy you're going to see with this beard. There's no black guy you're going to see with a tattoo on his head. There's no black guy you're going to see the way I fight. It's just the way it is. I'm unique. There's one of a kind. You can't get me nowhere else. You can't find me in any other organization. Show me and I'll tell you there's a big difference between me and him, you know? That can wrestle, that can punch, kick, and jits. I do it all. There's nobody like my style. I'm one of a kind.
Thanks, man.
Over here, Bobby. You're coming off an impeccable performance over Al Iaquinta in your last fight. Are you able to carry over the momentum in that fight in November into this fight this weekend coming?
Chael Sonnen said it best. I just start all over. I don't pay attention. Whatever happened yesterday is yesterday. Today's today, you know? I don't pay attention. You got to pull that energy and pull that. It's a new start every time. You don't know what's in front of you. That was yesterday. Today's today. Get it popping right now today, you know? So whatever happened yesterday, I'm not really paying attention. Only look ahead.
Hey, Bobby, just over here, mate.
Where we at?
Just here, mate.
Oh, there we go.
I really enjoyed your UFC Origins documentary. Thought it was really powerful, really eye-opening, and I was just curious, how did it make you feel watching that back?
That was really special for me. You know, I really appreciate the UFC to take that time to tell my story so people understand me. A lot of people think that I'm some dude just got money and I just like cocky, and no, I was you. I was poor. I was homeless. I didn't deal with death. I didn't deal with struggle, and that's what I'm really here for, is to show people that you could be that. I could be that same person just like you who could be depressed. I could be that person that could be just like you who's been through some struggles and can get up and change their whole life. You know, you could change your stars. One day you could be this, and one day you could just put your mind and put your head down and have a goal and just hit your goal. And after that, people will recognize and maybe might inspire somebody else to hit their goal, you know, and motivate somebody else. So I really thank the UFC for doing that. And the one thing that I didn't get to share is, like, my brother that died, I didn't have enough money to pay for his funeral. The UFC paid for that, you know. That's why I'm so loyal to them. Like, they were doing things for me that no companies ever did. They put the money up for my brother's funeral, and they took care of that. And so I'll always be loyal to them and thankful for them. Thank you, you know, Dana. Thank you, Sean, for all the things you guys have done. I tell them all the time, you guys don't have no idea what you've done for me. You've changed my life, you know. And I know that, like, everybody else gets it, like, with the pay and all this blah, blah, blah. I'm just thankful to be here, because every day I just go like, man, I'm really here. I came to Texas for free. I came to New York for free, you know, like, I'm just a broke little kid, and I never forget that. I'll never act like I forgot. I ain't forgot those homeless nights, you know. I remember what it felt like when it's 3 o'clock in the morning and that morning dew starts to hit, where everything gets wet. Yeah, you get wet too when you're sleeping out there too, you know. And so I'll never forget those things.
Hi, Bobby, over here. Tell me about the vibe of this fight week and what music have you been listening to prepare for this fight?
The vibe of this week. Interesting. The vibe of this week just been smooth. It's just been chill. I love Texas. Last time I came out here, I didn't expect it, but they went nuts. I was like, man, this is my spot. I want to come back. So the vibe's been straight. You know, I haven't seen anybody. I've been kind of just focused on what I need to do, which is make my weight. After I get all those things done, then we'll worry about everything else. In terms of music, bro, I can play so much different songs for you. I'm a music man, you know. Every time, like, some people are like, "Well, you gonna come out to this song now? Are you gonna come out to this song? Did you play? You're gonna play this song again?" I'm like, "Nah, that was a classic." Every time I'm coming out to something different, so you never know with me. I'm always different, but it will get you up. I promise that. It's gonna be up.
Just one, Bobby. I know that you said there was no other organization that has a fighter like you. When I first met you, you were in Strikeforce. That was quite some long time ago. If you had to think about the biggest difference of what that Bobby Green was to what Bobby Green is now, and what would you have said to that Bobby Green to maybe set him on a path to where you are now?
That's interesting. That's kind of dope. What do I say to younger me? I would have said to watch your emotions, you know? If I would have had a chance to go back and tell me back then, because I'm still the same dude. This thing, listen, I'm not supposed to be here, okay, guys? I'm gonna be honest with you. This was not my fight. This was someone else's fight. I'm just like been the guy that sticks my hand up and say, "Hey, pick me." I keep sticking my hand up, "Hey, pick me." They're like, "Oh, but that was for them." Like, you two were supposed to fight each other. You pull out. Now I go, "Well, hey, well, pick me. I'll do it," you know? And they go, well, wait. And then they ask you, and you said, "Nah, you don't want to do it." Well, guess so. We got to pick him then. Well, then they picked me. And so I just kept stepping up. Ever since Strikeforce, Sean's known me as a kid that will say yes. Don't call Bobby Green because he'll say yes. It don't matter who's at the table. I don't care if it's Connor. I don't care if it's Chimaya, okay? You call me, I'll say yes. I even met with Bilal Muhammad, and we were supposed to fight each other because why? I stood up and said, "Yeah, I'll fight him at 170. I don't care. Yeah, pick me." You know, and we ran into he's like, "You were serious going to fight?" I'm like, "Yes. Pick me." I always take the opportunity. So if anything, I would tell my younger self, I would tell myself to just to watch my emotions. There's a lot of times that I lost a lot of money doing stupid things, being emotional. I don't got a mama or a dad. I had to learn this shit through trial and error. So I had to learn, hey, you just went and did that. And then you got to go back and we got to make up for that. And now that I went over here and I lost this house or I had to go get an apartment over here and all the money I spent when really I just could have just been a little bit more calmer, dealt with the situation and saved money. But that's really it. It was like, I could have a lot more money, you know? I lost 50 G's in jewelry, you know, just by being stupid and getting in a fight with one of my girls. Somebody ran and robbed my car, got all my jewelry. This is my second set, you know? And so, man, it would be nice if I had my first set still, you know? Icebox just hit me up. Send me a chain, bro. Send me a chain. But anyway, yeah, just watch your emotions, you know? There's so many times I made so many mistakes just being stupid, just being too quick, oh, you pissed me off, and I jumped out the window. You can't come back out that window now. You jumped.
Over here, Bobby.
What's up, big dog?
So far, you've talked about putting together a total package and kind of giving the audience what they want to see, and you've talked about taking things one fight at a time, but at this point, this is, I think, your 18th or 19th UFC fight coming up at 35. Do you think, in terms of a longer legacy, like now would be the time to start stringing together a couple of wins and maybe make a run at contention?
If I had my choice, I'd have been there, brother. It ain't my choice. And maybe, I always believe I have perfect timing. Perfect timing, meaning God put me in the right place at the right time to do the right things. Everything happens for a reason. And so I just need to understand it. And I'm thankful for where I'm at, you know? Like, I'm the epitome of get your ass back up. And I guess that may be my calling. And if I was champion, I just walked through everybody, you know, and just did what I did, I may not be here like this. And I may not have the same me, you know? I'm telling everybody, like, I've seen the judges rob me numerous amount of times, okay? Listen, I'm just keep it real with you. Numerous amount of times. And I had to go take that one. And I even thought about retiring and quitting. And I had to come back and say, man, get your shit together and go back, you know? I had to humble myself and go back. There's so many times I got broke. Like the judges broke me. And I retire and I'm done with this, you know? And then I had to come back and just build myself. So I got perfect timing, bro. I believe that I'm here for a reason, and maybe the reason is to be the champ. I've never been interested in the belt, okay? So when you talk titles, I'm never interested in a title. You can keep the titles, you know? What's interesting to me is what I can provide for people, you know? I got family that they look at me and they go like, man, nobody's in my family did something. I'm the biggest star in my family. That's so dope to me, you know what I mean? That's bigger than the belt. To be able to help people, to be able to look at people and say, I hurt too. You know, I've been hurt. I've been put down. I've been in through. That's so much more to me than a belt, you know. But what do matter is that check. That check keeps coming, you know. And when you're the champ too, you can't fight as often. You know. Don't get me wrong. Yeah, you get the bigger dollar. But I hate to say it. Like I was looking at Kamaru Usman. Let me see if I can do this real quick. Let me see if I can do this. I don't want to take up too much of y'all time. Let's do this real fast, real fast. So Kamaru had a post on GQ, is it? Is it GQ? And no disrespect, okay? This is no hate. I'm not disrespecting nobody. But Kamaru's the pound for pound. He's the pound for pound. The #1 guy out of all weight classes. Pound for pound. And I guess they asked him what he did with his first $1 million. And he said he got an $80K Land Rover, $30K for his kid's school, $200,000 in trainers, a $5,000 house, and a $20,000 Rolex. I got all that and more. I got 2 houses. That's my second set of jewelry. I did all that because I can keep signing up. I'm on number 2. I'm on number 42 of my fights, and I can run back 6 more this year. No problem, okay? And so I don't have nobody controlling me and say, well, we need 8 months to promote you. Throw me in on 2 weeks. I'll do it. Throw me on a week's notice. I'll do it. I'm down. I got to get the money. I'm not here for a long time. I'm here for a good time, like Chandler said, you know? I'm here to get my money. And after this stuff, then once I paid everything off, I'm going to ride in the sunset. I'm going to see y'all later. It's just what it is. I'm not here for the clout. I'm here to show you badass shows, a dope-ass fighter with a sick-ass style. And hey, this is my signature. That was me. Keep the videos, keep the footage. I'm out. I'll see y'all later. Peace. Yeah, pretty sure that was it.